November 10th, 1975, Lake Superior. A ship longer than 2 football fields is crossing the largest of the Great Lakes. The SS Edmund Fitzgerald, the pride of the American flag. 729 feet of steel, carrying 26,000 tons of iron ore. Captain Ernest McSorley has 44 years of experience. 28 crew members trust him completely. They've sailed these waters hundreds of times. At 7:10 p.m., the Anderson, a ship 10 miles behind, makes radio contact. "How are you making out?" Captain McSorley's response is calm, professional. "We are holding our own." 10 minutes later, the Fitzgerald vanishes from radar. No distress call, no mayday, no time to abandon ship. 29 men just gone. The Anderson circles the area for hours, searching. They find nothing. No wreckage, no lifeboats, no bodies. Just empty water and November darkness. It takes 4 days to find her. 530 feet below the surface, broken in 2 pieces, 17 miles from safety. This is the mystery of the Edmund Fitzgerald, the largest ship ever lost on the Great Lakes. And to this day, nobody knows exactly what killed her.
While the road wave theory gains traction. Was it a road wave?
June 7th, 1958, Detroit, Michigan. The Edmund Fitzgerald slides into the water for the first time. At 729 feet long and 13,632 tons, she's the largest carrier ever built on the Great Lakes. Crowds cheer. This is American industrial might on display. She's named after the chairman of Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, the company that commissioned her. Her sole purpose? Haul iron ore from Minnesota to Detroit. Simple, profitable, essential to American steel production. The Fitzgerald quickly earns her reputation. In 1964, she becomes the first ship to carry over 1 million tons of ore through the Soo Locks in a single season. She breaks her own records 6 times. The crew calls her Big Fitz or the Mighty Fitz. She's a workhorse, reliable, unstoppable. Captain Ernest McSorley takes command in 1972. He's 63 years old in 1975, a veteran of the Great Lakes. He knows these waters like his own backyard. November storms don't scare him. He's survived dozens. But November on Lake Superior is different. The lake is the largest of the Great Lakes, so big it could hold all the other 4 combined, plus 3 more Lake Eries. Its size means it generates waves over 30 feet high, as tall as a 3-story building. Ships have called Lake Superior the graveyard of the Great Lakes. Since 1816, over 240 vessels have sunk in the waters around Whitefish Point alone. The Fitzgerald's route is routine. She loads taconite pellets, processed iron ore rolled into marble-sized balls, at Superior, Wisconsin, and delivers them to Detroit, empty on the return trip. She makes this run constantly. The crew knows it by heart. November 9th, 1975, 2:30 p.m. The Fitzgerald departs Superior, Wisconsin with 26,116 long tons of taconite. Captain McSorley has seen the weather forecast. A storm is coming, moving northeast from the Great Plains toward the Great Lakes. But this is November. Storms are normal, expected. The crew of 29 is typical for a Great Lakes freighter. Most are from Ohio and Wisconsin. Ages range from 20-year-old watchman Carl Peckel to 63-year-old Captain McSorley. They're experienced, professional. They know the risks. Shortly after departure, the Fitzgerald makes radio contact with another freighter, the Arthur M. Anderson, captained by Bernie Cooper. The Anderson is heading to Gary, Indiana, also loaded with ore. The 2 ships stay in communication. By 7 p.m., the National Weather Service issues a gale warning for Lake Superior. Winds of 34 to 40 knots expected. McSorley and Cooper discuss the forecast. They agree to take a more northerly route across the lake, closer to the Canadian shore where highlands offer some protection from the wind. It's a standard precaution, nothing unusual, but this storm is building faster than anyone realizes. November 10th, 1975, morning. The National Weather Service upgrades the gale warning to a storm warning. Winds now expected at 48 to 55 knots. Waves building to dangerous heights. On the Fitzgerald, conditions are worsening. The ship rolls with increasing violence. Waves crash over the deck. The crew secures everything that can move. This is serious, but still manageable. By early afternoon, the storm reaches its peak. Winds hit 70 to 75 knots, nearly hurricane force. Waves swell to 25 feet high, with some estimates suggesting peaks of 35 feet. These aren't normal storm waves. They're steep, short-period waves, the most dangerous kind for large ships. The Fitzgerald and Anderson are both struggling. At 3:30 p.m., Captain McSorley radios Anderson. His voice is tense but controlled. "I have a fence rail down, 2 vents lost or damaged, and a list. I'm checking down to see what's causing it." The Fitzgerald is taking on water. The fence rails, protective barriers around the deck, are gone. Vent covers that protect openings into the cargo hold are damaged. The ship is listing, tilting to one side. Captain Cooper of the Anderson is alarmed. This is serious damage, but McSorley doesn't sound panicked. He's handling it. At 4:10 p.m., the Fitzgerald loses both radars. She's essentially blind in the storm. McSorley asks Anderson to provide navigational guidance. Cooper agrees. The Anderson will lead the Fitzgerald to safety in Whitefish Bay. By 5 p.m., winds are screaming across Lake Superior at 75 knots. Waves are monsters, some measuring 30 feet or more. Visibility is near zero in blinding snow squalls. At 7:10 p.m., the Anderson makes what will be the last radio contact with the Fitzgerald. First Mate Morgan Clark asks, "Fitzgerald, how are you making out with your problems?" Captain McSorley's reply is calm, almost routine. "We are holding our own." 8 words, the last anyone ever hears from the Edmund Fitzgerald. At 7:15 p.m., the Anderson's radar shows the Fitzgerald as a solid contact. She's there, visible, real. At 7:25 p.m., First Mate Clark checks the radar again. The Fitzgerald is gone. Not fading, not moving off course, just gone, vanished, as if she never existed. Clark radios immediately. "Fitzgerald, this is the Anderson. Do you copy?" Silence. "Fitzgerald, this is the Anderson. Come in." Nothing. Captain Cooper rushes to the bridge. He can't believe what he's seeing, or rather, what he's not seeing. The Fitzgerald has disappeared from radar in the middle of Lake Superior
Where did she
during
go?
a storm.
The contact
No
just
distress
vanished.
call, no mayday, no "we're going down," nothing. The Anderson turns back immediately, fighting through massive waves. They search for hours. They find nothing. The Coast Guard is notified. Other ships join the search. By dawn November 11th, rescue crews find debris, life jackets, a propane bottle, a lifeless life raft, oars, small pieces of wreckage, but no survivors, no bodies. The Fitzgerald has taken all 29 men with her. November 14th, 1975. A U.S. Navy Lockheed P-3 Orion aircraft detects a magnetic anomaly 17 miles northwest of Whitefish Point in Canadian waters. They've found something large, something metal, something wrong. Sonar confirms it. 2 large objects on the lake floor at 530 feet depth. In May 1976, a submersible robot with cameras descends to investigate. What they find is devastating. The Edmund Fitzgerald is broken in 2 pieces. The bow section is upright, partially buried in mud, facing the direction she was traveling. The name Edmund Fitzgerald is clearly visible on the stern. The stern section, about 170 feet from the bow, is upside down, completely inverted. Between them is a debris field, taconite pellets, twisted metal, the destroyed midsection of the ship. The wreck tells a story of catastrophic, violent destruction. The Fitzgerald didn't slowly sink. She plunged, fast, with tremendous force. The bow hit the bottom at such speed that it drove into the mud. The stern, emptied of cargo as the ship dove,
rolled over, and came to rest upside down. This explains why no distress call was sent. The crew had seconds, maybe, to realize what was happening. No time to radio, no time to deploy lifeboats, no time to do anything but hold on as their ship dove to the bottom. In July 1977, the U.S. Coast Guard releases its official report. Their conclusion: the most probable cause of the sinking was loss of buoyancy resulting from massive flooding of the cargo hold through ineffective hatch closures. In plain English, the cargo hatches failed. Water poured into the hold. The ship's bow dipped. She drove into a wave. The bow plunged underwater and never recovered. The ship broke apart as it went down or when it hit bottom. But many don't accept this explanation. The Lake Carriers Association disagrees. They suggest the Fitzgerald struck an underwater shoal, 6-fathom shoal, damaging the hull and causing flooding that way. Captain Cooper believes a series of 3 sisters, 3 massive waves in quick succession, overwhelmed the ship. The first damaged the hatches. The second flooded the cargo hold. The third buried the bow and sent her down. To this day, the cause remains debated. The truth lies 530 feet down with 29 men who can't tell their story. In 1994, an expedition discovers the body of one crew member near the bow, wearing a life jacket. It's the only body ever found. The discovery reignites debate. If one crew member got to a life jacket, what happened to the others? In 1995, the ship's 200-pound bronze bell is recovered and replaced with a replica. The original bell now rests in the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum at Whitefish Point, a memorial to the lost crew. Each November 10th, it's rung 29 times.
The mystery of the Edmund Fitzgerald captured America. In 1976, Canadian folk singer Gordon Lightfoot released The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The song becomes a massive hit. It introduces millions to the tragedy. Lines like, "The lake never gives up her dead," and "Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours?" become haunting tributes. The Fitzgerald sinking forced changes in Great Lakes shipping. Cargo hatch designs were reevaluated. Loading procedures were reviewed. Weather routing improved. Coast Guard rescue capabilities on the Great Lakes were upgraded. But the questions never stopped. What really sank the Fitzgerald? Was it flooded hatches? An underwater shoal? 3 rogue waves? Structural failure? All of the above? The wreck is now protected as a grave site. Diving is prohibited. The 29 men remain with their ship 530 feet below Lake Superior's surface. Every year on November 10th at 7:15 p.m., the exact moment the Fitzgerald vanished, ceremonies are held. The bell at the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum rings 29 times, once for each lost crew member. The Mariners Church in Detroit, famously mentioned in Lightfoot's song, holds a memorial service. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Lake Superior has never given up most of her dead. Of the 29 men, only 1 body was found. The others remain entombed in the wreck or lost to the lake. The families of the crew say they have no real closure. The mystery of what happened in those final minutes will likely never be solved. Captain McSorley's last words haunt everyone who studies the disaster.
We are holding our own.
We are holding our own. He believed his ship would make it. He was wrong by 10 minutes. 29 men, the largest ship on the Great Lakes, gone in an instant. The Edmund Fitzgerald remains the most famous shipwreck in Great Lakes history, more famous than any other. Her legend, preserved in song and memory, ensures the 29 lost crew will never be forgotten. The Edmund Fitzgerald reminds us that even the mightiest ships are fragile against nature's fury. Lake Superior claimed the pride of the American flag in minutes. No distress call, no warning, just gone. 29 families never got answers. The debate continues nearly 50 years later. What really sank her? We may never know. If this mystery captured you like it captured millions, hit subscribe. We're uncovering maritime disasters where the truth remains elusive and the questions outnumber the answers. Drop a comment. What do you think really sank the Fitzgerald? Flooded hatches? Rogue waves? Something else? And if you want to hear Gordon Lightfoot's tribute song or see actual footage of the wreck, check the links in the description. Thanks for watching. Remember the 29. And next time you hear about a November storm on the Great Lakes, think of the Fitzgerald. The lake never gives up her dead.